Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bee, if you didn't know, and today we're doing another crochet with me. I have my Karen cake yarn. I'm using a 4mm crochet hook, and I'm going to be making a hat. I'm going to say right off the bat that I did watch Arcane, and that it was amazing. And I do not play League of Legends, nor do I ever want to play League of Legends, but that show was a masterpiece. It had an amazing art style, the character design was so good, and I know that wasn't specifically for the show. I know, like, obviously there were characters before the show, but Vi and Jinx just have the most amazing character design that, like, also shows their character development, and I think it's amazing. I also don't know if a lot of that lore was made up prior to them announcing the show, or if it was made up for the show, but oh my god, did it tug at my heartstrings. I loved it so much that I'm not gonna talk about the plot, really, at all in this video, because I urge all of you to go and watch it, because I have been in a dry spell for months regarding art and wanting to draw, and just generally not really finding as much joy in it as I used to. But after watching Arcane, oh boy did it get revived. I think I filled a good, like, 3 or 4 spreads just with, like, Arcane fan art, even if it wasn't me doing, like scenes of them talking or really decked out, like, cool pieces or anything. I was literally just sketching out the characters. Even though it was such a small thing, it really boosted my desire to draw, and I'm kind of, like, really thankful for it, because it got me back into drawing just in time for me to start up college. That's a thing. I'm gonna go back to school in the spring, hopefully. I'm very on track to do so. I get to pick my classes on the 10th, which is really exciting. I think the day this comes out, I'll be picking my classes officially, and I'm really excited about it. When I was in school before, I was doing my general ed as well as trying to major in environmental conservation. Although I'll admit I did pick that major, like, on a whim, because I realized that I could actually pick a major in community college, and I knew I didn't have to do it, but it was something that I wanted to do. So I panic picked one that I thought would work for me, completely disregarding the fact that I'm not very good at science. And it's not exactly something that I want to do in the future, although it's something that I really care about. I don't know if I have the attention span to actually go to school for it. So this time around, I decided to actually pick a major based off of something that I'm interested in doing as a profession. And I've decided I'm gonna study fashion, which I know is a very questionable major, but with the things I've been able to do recently that I've had success with, I actually think now that it is a viable career choice, and I don't say that lightly. The collection that I released only a week ago has done immensely well, just compared to my other collections that I've released, and it came a little bit as a surprise. I was not expecting to actually sell that many things. I am very thankful for it, and I'm very grateful, and it really helped me choose. Like, I didn't know it then, but it helped me become a little bit more confident in my choice of becoming a fashion design major, even if it's just at a community college. Who knows, I might switch to a larger college eventually in the future. I don't know. I don't want to look that far into it yet, but so far, looking at the classes that I'm required to take in order to get the associate's degree in fashion design, I'm really excited about starting school up, because it's stuff that I'm, like, excited to learn about, and I don't think it'll be too hard for me to wrap my head around. In the past, I have not been that great at history. I'm saying this because on my mind was fashion history of the Western world, which is a class that I have to take. In the past, I haven't been great at history, but I feel like I didn't have the appreciation of it before that I do now, just because I've really gotten into fashion history videos, and I never even really thought about it before. I just kind of figured, oh, though that's what was popular at the time, that's kind of it, and I never really thought of why those things were popular or anything like that. And after learning that that was something I could learn about, I'm very excited about it. Ever since I was little, I've kind of like flip-flopped between career choices, and I know that the first 3 things I ever really wanted to be, though, was a soccer player, a fashion designer, and a veterinarian. I quickly stopped wanting to be a veterinarian after I learned that you had to go to extra school for it. Yeah, ever since then, I was like, I'm not gonna become a doctor of any sort. Whoever puts themselves through that, I commend you. You're doing great things for this country, and I am sorry. At some point, I decided that I couldn't be a fashion designer because I didn't really know how to become one of those, because at a certain point I was just like, oh, well, to be a fashion designer you probably have to know a bunch of fashion designers, and I don't think I'm gonna start meeting fashion designers left and right. But now I've learned that you don't really have to be in with the A-list in order to do the things that you want to do. Although it would help a lot. I've learned that really in order to do all that stuff, you just need to create a community of artists and creators that do similar things to you and just all support each other, because that ultimately is basically the same thing that I wondered about when I was a kid, where I was like, I'm never gonna meet all these famous designers. Maybe I won't meet famous ones, but I'll meet ones that are trying to climb their way to the top along with me, and we can boost each other up, and that's probably how they did it in reality, along with getting attention from bigger designers and stuff. It seems like that's all I really have to do. That is definitely putting it lightly, like, oh, that's all I have to do, but it's not. I also have to create things and learn how to create things better or faster, or gain the financial stability to make investments on things that would make it faster or easier, or the financial stability to send out packages to my biggest supporters, or just things like that. And I am excited to start learning about how to do all these things when it comes to college. I get to, like I said, I think I pick my classes December 10th, and I'm pumped. Anyway, back to Arcane. I'm not the only one that I've noticed who was going through a dry spell of their art and was suddenly revived by the beauty that is Arcane and the magnificence that is the story of it. There's a lot of other artists that I saw on Instagram that would post Arcane fan art, and then in their caption would be like, hey, I know I haven't posted in a while, but Arcane just inspired me so much and I wanted to draw it. And I just see all that stuff, and it moves me to tears, basically, because I'm like, this one piece of media has collectively inspired a bunch of different artists to break out of that rut that they've been in. It's such a beautiful thing, because art just brings more artists together, and I'm sure that there have been a lot of smaller accounts that have been just completely blown up by the fan art of Arcane that they've been posting. It's just so fascinating that we were all going through this, and then this one thing inspired us all, and suddenly there's this burst of new art in the world, and I think that's so cool. And trust me, 90% of my explore page now on Instagram is Arcane fan art or edits or something like that, because I love it so much. And the story is just so good. If you like a good storyline with some really, really good plot points and really good character developments and character arcs, whether those developments be good or bad. I highly suggest Arcane. You don't have to know anything about League of Legends to watch it and enjoy it. Of course, if you do know something, then you'll enjoy it even more because there are a lot of little itty-bitty nods to the game, but nothing that changes the story entirely. But yeah, it's a really good watch. I very much recommend it. Along with other things I recommend, I have been listening to a lot of. I have no idea what the music genre is. It's like a mix between angry rapping and like angry metal. I guess a good example of one of these artists is, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce their name. Jenny? Zhani? Zheani? Anyway, I've been listening to a lot of their music. It's very good, and I wanted to find more like it, so I found another artist named Den Donata, I think? Dena Donata? Something like that. I'll put them all up on the screen, don't worry. I really like their music. It's very, very good. Usually when I go on those little like trips down Spotify looking for artists that are similar to the artists that I listen to, I don't usually like them as much as the artists that I found them through, because usually I'll look up a specific like singer or a band or whatever, and then I'll go to the like fans like these people also, or whatever the category is, and I'll just look through a bunch of different musicians that are similar that the fans also like, and Dan Donata was one of them, and I don't usually like them as much as the artists that I branch off of, so that was a pleasant surprise, but I really, really like their music. So here's some music recommendations for your average angsty, angry teen that is kind of fed up with the world and doesn't want to deal with it no more. Fuck the Hollywood Cult by Zanny, which is one of their newer songs. I think it's called D-Stock 99 by Den Donata. Antagonist by Nova Twins. Eco Depression by Banshee. That one hits a little different. Yeah, that's all I got for now. If you guys ever want more music recommendations, just let me know. Not all of my music is that edgy and angry, but I got some funky things going on in there too. Here's one. Quiet on Set by Remy Wolf. It's like my favorite song right now. But seriously, like, Arcane is some good shit. You should give that a try. I really need to emphasize, like, you do not need to know anything about League of Legends in order to enjoy it, because I don't know anything about it. I've like tried to play it a couple times, but I can't get into it. And then after you watch it, just because you like Arcane doesn't mean that you're gonna start liking League of Legends. That's okay. Apparently they've got some other games going on too. There's like an RPG that they released. I think that was like recent. Yeah, I don't know. Give that one a try. Maybe you like that one instead. I'm kind of just talking out of my ass now. I'm gonna finish up this line of crocheting, and then I'm gonna say goodbye. Got a little circle going on. That's where I'm going to end the video off. I hope you're having a wonderful evening or morning whenever you're watching this. I hope you're staying hydrated and healthy and creative and safe and cozy in these cold winter days, or if you're somewhere else on the other side of the world, I hope you're not too hot this time of year. And yeah, that'll be all. Happy holidays. I'll see you in my next one.